Now I'll show you how this project will work. See, this is a simple fire alarm, and I already told you that this fire alarm means it has to be detected that smoke, and not only smoke, along with smoke it can detect butane also. That means the LPG gas also. If you want to use in kitchen, that also possible, because it can detect butane leakage also. Say for example, in your kitchen, if by mistake they forgot to switch off the regulator, in that case it will work. Now I'll show you how it's working. Now I'll show you simply with a smoke whether it can detect or not. Let's test it whether it's working properly or not. I'm having a source of smoke, so that we can check whether this project is working fine or not, and it can detect any smoke or not. I'm placing a source of smoke in front of the sensor. I'm using a sensor here. I'll explain after that. Just check it. See. That means it can detect smoke. I'm just changing the position. See, this is just a source of smoke. Okay, now place it here in front of this sensor. This is the sensor. Smoke and I'm removing this source. Now it will not blink. See, the back side, there is an indicator. Once it gets smoke or LPG gas, then it will be activated automatically, and it will give some output that will be used here. So this is the main project. Today I'll explain you. In this project I am using 3 parts. If you divide this project into 3 parts, then you'll understand very easily. That's why I'm explaining this. First one is the indicator. That means what will be the alarm output. That means it can be a buzzer, it can be light. Especially we are using buzzer because it can attract your attention very fast. If you use light, then if you do not notice this light, then you miss you can't prevent the fire. So that's why I'm using some sound device, so that we can detect fire immediately. And I'm using these LED light also, so that we can see these from long distance also. See, this is the first part. That means alarm part. Second part is the power supply. This is Smps power supply. This one I'm using here. And the third one is the device, which is MQ2 sensor. This sensor is the main parts of this project. That means I already explained you. First part is this output device. That means this buzzer and alarm part. Second one is the power supply. You can use this. This is Smps. I'm using this tiny Smps. It is maximum. It can provide you 300 milliampere Smps power supply. And this is the sensor. Now explain one by one. See, this device is on. It is also blinking here. And I'll switch off first because it is Smps. It can give shock. So I'll switch off this device first. Now see, now it is stopped. Here I am using 3 parts. First one is this alarm, this buzzer. I am using this big one. You can use the small one also. See, this can be used here, but the sound capacity and it will give more sound. That's why I'm using this big buzzer, so that it can give more sound. You can use these also to save to reduce cost. or to save space too. And the fire alarm which is available in local market, they are using this kind of buzzer. Second thing is, I told you the Smps. I'm using the Smps because I have to provide constant power supply. I can use here a 9-volt battery also. See, you can use this battery also as a power source. This device will work in 5 volt. Only 5 volt you need to provide. So this 9-volt battery is enough to power this device. But I'm using this Smps because this battery will not run for long days. That's why I'm using this Smps. Now come to the main device. Here I'm using one sensor. This is called MQ2 sensor. Mind you, just check this MQ2 sensor. You can see this properly. Just see this MQ2 sensor. It is written there. It is a module. This model can be purchased online. It's cost less than 200 rupees. This is a preset. You can adjust the sensitivity of this device. I'll show you here. See this one. In this device you have to provide 5 volt. See this pin. In this pin you have to provide 5 volt. See this terminal. This is VCC. You can see here. Next is ground. Next pin for ground. That means this is 5 volt. This is ground, and this is our DO, digital output. This is AO. That means analog output. Here I am using digital output. Okay. That means if you give 5 volt ground, and you will get output from these two pins. One is digital output and another is analog output. There is a difference in between two output. That means if it is detect smoke, then it will give voltage. You will get the output voltage from this pin. It is analog output. And in case of digital output, that will be reverse. That means if it cannot detect any smoke or butane gas or LPG gas, then only you will get voltage here. And if once it is detected, this voltage will be zero. That means in case of digital output, in case of analog output, this is the difference. That means it is in simply, I repeat, from this analog output you will get only when it can detect the smoke or gas. But in case of digital output, before detecting anything, you will get the output from this pin. Once it detect, it will be zero. This is called digital output. This is the main device. See, in my project, here I am using a voltage regulator, 5 volt regulator. This power supply is providing me 7.5 volt. See, this is a simple Smps. Very cheap quality. Only 25 rupees. Cost is 25 rupees. This you can buy this in 25 rupees only. Now, what I'm saying, from this device I'm getting 7.5 volt. Here, see, this is my own project. You can see this here. I've used some glue to fix these parts. What I'm saying about this regulator gives us 5 volt, exact 5 volt. Now see this, it is 7805. Okay, 7805 L7805 CV. That means 5 volt regulator. This is the ground phone. This is input, and this is 5 volt output. From this 5 volt output, I am giving the supply voltage of this device. This sensor is getting 5 volt. This is 5 volt. This is ground, and this is digital output. I am using digital output here. I already told you. Okay. Now see, from this digital output, I am getting a constant voltage until unless it is detecting. Once it is detect, then this voltage will be zero. I am using a transistor here. See, you can see this I'm using one 557 transistor and one 148 transistor. That means first one is PNP and second one is NPN. Why I'm using this? I'm just reversing this voltage so that once it gets 0, then the alarm will on, and otherwise there will not be any alarm. Now see, yes, and come to this part. This is simply a 55 IC, you know. This is a simple IC, and this IC is giving a pulse only. That means beep sound. If you directly connect this buzzer, then you will get constantly beep sound, but there is an interval, and you can adjust this interval through this preset. I'm using this preset to adjust this interval. This is simply a pulse generator, nothing else. And this transistor I'm using as a sound booster. I'm taking the output from pin number 3 of this 555, and after that it is a booster, simply a booster, and this boosted signal is coming to the buzzer. See, this is a negative pin of this buzzer. Okay, and it is a simple filter. So in this board there is 2 to 3 things are there. Main device is this MQ2 sensor, second is power regulator, and this is the filter to get smooth operation. I'm using this DC filter. This is 1000 mmd 25 volt capacitor, and this is pulse generator. This is the adjustive beep, you can adjust. And see, this part is the main part here. I'm using this PNP transistor 555 to reverse the voltage. When I'm getting this voltage from this digital output, because it is constantly, it will give you output. It will come directly to this pin. See, from this I'm getting the output from this. This is the input of this transistor. It will come here, and then what it will happen? It will stop the output. It will stop the output of stop the positive voltage. See, from here I'm taking the positive voltage. See, it will go to the buzzer. Okay, so that once I'll give the positive voltage to this pin, as it is PNP. If you give any negative voltage to this pin, then only it will be activated and it will give you the positive output. But if you give any positive voltage to the base of this transistor, it will stop the output. Normally I'm using these 220 ohms resistance to give the negative, and it is getting the it will be activated, it will be on, it will give the output. But as it is the digital output from this pin, see, this is coming to the base, and it will stop the negative voltage, and the voltage, as the voltage is high from this base, from this resistance, it will stop the negative voltage, and it will be a positive voltage when this supply is coming here. And at that time this transistor will not give any output. That means positive will be cut and alarm is stopped. Now once it is detected and the digital output will be 0, that means the base positive voltage will be 0, and this negative, see, this negative is already there, and it will supply the base voltage. Then this positive voltage will get from this pin, and it will come directly to the buzzer, and it will be on. Is that okay? See, and I'm using this regulator. I'm using a capacitor and few LEDs also. Okay, so the parts is very simple. I repeat, 1555 and few resistance to generate pulse. It is only a pulse generator. It is not giving the response from the smoke or a gas. It is just a pulse generator, so that I will can get beep sound. If without these also you can make it, it will get constantly buzzer sound. Buzzer will be on, but it will sound constantly. You will not get the interval. And this is a heatsink to protect this IC, transistor IC. and this is filter, and this part is the main switch. When this function is on, then it will cut the voltage, and when this our digital output will be 0, then instantly it will give the positive supply and it will be on. Okay, this is the today's project, and I'll give you a detailed diagram. You can make it in your home, and it is very simple. And one more thing, I'm using many parts here, but you can reduce it. Only you can use a simple 9-volt battery. Okay, 9-volt battery, this sensor module which I already shown, this sensor module. Okay, 2 things, and 1 buzzer. This is enough to make this project, because this battery will show you the, just a second, this battery will provide you the power supply. This is the power source. I'm using here this Smps, but you can use this battery. Secondly, this module will detect the gas or smoke, and it will give you the digital output. This is just see, first one is I'll show you here. I'm using this pin here, this one. This is the digital output. This is negative and this is 5 volt. You can keep it blank. Do not connect anything if you do not want to use directly. Then, but for your understanding, I have already explained these 2 output. This is 2 different, only the reverse type. When these will be on, this will be off, and when these will be on, this will be off. Okay, and this is the sensitivity adjustment. That means when we'll switch on the device, this circuit, then we'll see this, some beep sound will come after a few seconds. Even it can take 30 seconds, then it will stop automatically. Then if you place some source of smoke, then it will not react. Then you have to adjust this preset, so that you can adjust the sensitivity of this sensor. This is the main device of this project, and I hope this project will help you, and it can prevent fire and gas leakage also, and it is very helpful for in our today's life. So please subscribe my channel to get more video. Thank you.